Well, hello and welcome. Good morning, evening, or night, whenever you are viewing this. My name is Spencer Lee, and I am the host of the Dead Film Society. Today we are sitting with our two lovely guests. We have over here Daniel Huntington. He's going to be joining us today for the discussion. And also we have our lovely ex-floor boy, however...
Returning.
Marc Storch will be returning as floor boy. That actually brings up somebody who I could never forget. We have Hassel Loera, if I said that correctly. He is our currently residing floor boy for the day. And
just today.
This is actually just today. This is actually brought to you by Emily Griffith Technical College. Thank you very much. And let's just dive into this, dudes. So my first question is, I've been noticing quite a bit of this trend going on in popular film, and I just want to ask, you know, what makes a movie so bad that it's good?
I think there's a lot of things that play into it. Like, there's bad movies, but they're intentionally bad, and it's not the same, really. Like Sharknado, it's bad, but they meant it to be bad. Like, they weren't trying to make a good movie. Whereas, like, The Room with Tommy Wiseau, he was trying to make a masterpiece. And some say he did. But, like, he was genuinely trying to make a good movie.
Now,
and it turned out to be the worst movie.
So The Room, if I'm correct, The Room is the one with the actor who, for lack of a better word, is just very awkward, right? He inspired the movie Disaster Artist, is that right?
Yeah.
With James Franco. What did you think of that movie?
Let's see. Well, I haven't seen The Disaster Artist, but I have seen The Room, which inspired The Disaster Artist. It definitely brings on the reputation of being so bad it's good, because like, it's clearly poorly done. Even if Tommy Wiseau, the director, intended for it to be really good, but the thing is, there are so many unintentionally, like, funny lines and delivery, like, "You're lying, I merely hit you, you are tearing me apart, Lisa," or "You're just a chicken, cheep, 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 cheep," like, stuff like that.
Right.
It's just, it adds some charm to it.
The charm, yes, that is a great word. It's got a charm. We'll leave it at that for sure, man. So as we know, the Golden Globes were just a couple days ago, and there's a very interesting thing that I noticed is that musicals rather, and comedies were put in the same category, and I want to ask, why do you think musical comedy is kind of the, you know, why are they in the same category, if you have an idea?
Well, I think because as far as awards go, dramatic movies are way more respected than comedies or musical movies. Just because, and it's not necessarily they're better movies, they just have like a better reputation in awards, usually.
Yeah, it's very interesting. The first thing that was brought to my mind was in Shakespearean times, they had, or I suppose just in any time, the definition of comedy is a happy ending per se, versus a tragedy has a not so happy ending. So technically, in like the broad scope of things, comedy was never intended to mean like ha-ha funny. It just meant that it was to end on a positive note. You know, in musicals, that there's a lot of positivity kind of intertwined through there. So, I mean, maybe it's just like the crossing of wires in some sort of high up's brain that put them together, or maybe they truly are so similar that they just deserve to be put in the same category, aside from drama.
I think they kind of like lumped it together because they didn't want 3 Best Picture awards.
Right.
Because
that's a lot of money too.
they have Best Picture drama, Best Picture musical, or comedy. But if they have Best Picture musical and then Best Picture comedy, it's like there's not that many musicals that come out every year. So they have to like kind of lump it together to get a good standing, I think.
Interesting. What I do want to ask, what was the last musical comedy you guys remember seeing?
So just last night I watched When Harry Met Sally, that had some like funny bits in it, and also recently watched the first Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which was a comedy. So
Very good.
Do you mean like musical and comedy, or just like comedy either or?
I think either or. Probably.
Either or.
You know, they're the same thing. According to
According to the Golden Globes.
according to the Golden Globe Awards, musical comedy is the same thing. I honestly, if I were to think about it, I can't remember the last musical comedy that I watched. Sad to say.
Yeah. I mean, Disaster Artist was obviously a comedy. It was playing off. It was playing off of the failure of The Room, and it's a James Franco, Seth Rogen movie, so it's definitely gonna have some jokes in it. It had jokes. I mean,
You know, I think that I think it's a great time to move to commercial on this awkward kind of musical comedy note. Maybe we could get a couple words from the sponsors.
I'm Nick Dodge, Coloradan local videographer and photographer. Whether it's photographs or videos that you need, I'm the guy to get them captured for you and help you reach your potential audience.
Do you like whole milk or 2% milk?
2%.
What?
2%.
Okay.
Whole milk's for animals.
You know, our commercials are getting better and better, and I'm
was a
so
great
excited
commercial.
to see where this goes. So with the current trend of internet television that has come out and streaming movies over the internet, such services being Netflix, Hulu, there's plenty of others, but those are the ones that most people know about. And I foresee them perhaps taking a huge toll on network television. And I just want to know maybe your guys' opinions or, just what you guys think. Is streaming the future of television?
Yes, definitely. Because the problem with cable television initially is that you had to be on time to see a certain program. With streaming, you don't really have to do that. It's a lot more convenient in that sense.
Right.
And I feel like just better and better shows are coming out of streaming. Like Netflix original content is getting better and better. There's some misses, but there's a lot of good ones. And then now Hulu's doing creative or their own stuff. Amazon has their own movie studio. They've produced a couple movies so far, and it's just they're growing way faster than TV is.
So I think I'm hearing a resounding yes. I'd like to talk to maybe a couple people from the older generations and see what they'd like to say about that. But I definitely agree with you guys. I can't remember the last time I actually turned on cable television and sat down and watched it.
Yeah, like the majority during like Halloween or like around that time, what were most people talking about? It was, well, at least for me, it was Stranger Things.
Right,
Yeah.
definitely,
Like,
yes.
No one was talking about cable TV that came out around that time. Everyone was obsessed with Stranger Things season 2 for like a solid month.
Now I think it's actually kind of a cool. It's a really cool topic. As far as internet streaming goes, anybody can get involved. Technically, you know, you don't have to work your way up through a studio, and you don't have to follow the same path that maybe people used to. So perhaps it's a bit easier now for anybody who has a good idea to create and produce that idea. And I think that is a very, people are very receptive to that. You know, like when they see somebody that took something out of their heart, put every ounce of effort they had in them into the thing, you know, that resonates with people. They like to see people working hard and not being maybe pushed around or guided by a network's specific kind of genre slash their mood or like the theme of that network.
Yeah, like productions are getting way more creative. Like they're willing to do way different things than they are usually allowed to do. Like they can use different equipment, use whatever they like feel would really bring the scene together.
Right, such as drone footage is the first thing that came to mind, or
Yeah.
GoPro footage. Those things I don't necessarily see on network television all too much. So
And they're usually allowed to like just do whatever they want more than usual.
totally, man. So I'd like to finish this off on a sort of fun note. There's a movie that just came out not too long ago, and it was awarded, I believe, was it
Best animated.
Best Animated Picture? Indeed. Coco was the movie, and I was just wondering your opinions. Did Coco deserve to win Best Animated Film?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I thought Coco was spectacularly done. Like it, not only like not only did it have like great immersive visuals and a lot of detail behind them, but also it had like a very moving story that actually, and also great use of songs that actually made me tear up towards the end. So
That's very cool, man. That's cool. Have you seen Coco?
I have not. I don't know. I've heard great things about Coco, but I've lost interest in Pixar movies lately. They haven't gathered my attention, but they're great movies most of the time.
Right, yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a symptom of maybe, you know, branching out and finding new forms of entertainment that you enjoy. I do think that Pixar is coming back, and they're kind of trying to appeal much more to the older generations and add in those beautiful double entendres that they have in there that kind of appease the parents that are forced to watch the movies with their children. And you know, I enjoy my immersive visuals, so I absolutely, and my emotionally charged soundtracks, so I will absolutely check out Coco as soon as possible. Probably actually when it comes out on Redbox, because all this speak of streaming television, I still enjoy the old days of going and renting a video from the store. But you know, great conversation, guys. I like talking to you, Daniel and Mark, and our lovely floor boy over here who has kept me on track. Thank you very much. Again, this has been the Dead Film Society, and we are signing off. Thank you very much.